We're here at the Next Hydrogen, where MP Gaheer just announced a funding for the economic and environmental policy and for the advancement of the region. I have with me Next Hydrogen's Chief Product Officer, Jim, with me. Jim, why don't you tell us a little more about the announcement made?
Oh, thank you. We're very grateful to MP Gaheer and also to Minister Wilkinson for their strong support through the SDTC and, over $5 million of support over the next couple of years to develop and commercialize our next generations of products. We're looking to commercialize for large-scale green hydrogen. Of course, SDTC is looking for to help the world with very significant greenhouse gas emission reductions, and we are proud to be able to be a part of that going forward.
If you can elaborate further where this funding is going towards, is it going towards the infrastructure development or the subsidies?
Yes, it's actually for both development of our next generation of products, so technical development is a big part of it. Also in terms of market development, so we want to develop a commercialization pathway to the marketplace for the products that we're developing.
Do we have any specific figures in mind?
In terms of the funding that was
No, in terms of the allocation of the funding between the different sectors.
Oh yeah, we'll devote all of the money to those two areas, of course, and very strongly support our development and our current staff. We have over 50 people here supporting all that work, and of course we'll be doing some demonstration projects, so a large portion of that also will be going to the first units that we make of those new next generation designs.
Like you said, making the first units, do you have any projections in mind, or do you have any projected goal in your mind for the next few years?
Yeah, of course. So we want to get to the stage where we're ready to make our first sales of those new products, and that's what the SDTC funding will enable, and the plan and the product launch plans for our new products. So creating that commercialization pathway at the same time as we're developing the actual products technically is really our main goal.
And like you mentioned, a funding of 5 million. Do you think that would be as compared to the Canada's federal funding to all over Canada and to 5 million funding just in Mississauga? Do you think that would be enough to support you?
Yeah, we're very grateful for that funding. We're, of course, applying for other funding sources, and the next phases of that go-to-market approach. Both the federal and Ontario governments provide excellent support in those regards, and we're grateful to get this funding and hope to be able to continue to be able to garner that type of support.
We have Dr. Stemp, Next Hydrogen's Chief Technology Officer. Dr. Stemp, why don't you tell us a little about the technology that would be involved in this process of the production of the new products like Jim just talked about, and how would that be working out?
Yeah, so the technology that we're working on here at Next Hydrogen is based on water electrolysis, which is the splitting of water, which is H2O, into hydrogen and oxygen gases. And those gases can be used to help to decarbonize the economy. So hydrogen specifically can be used as a fuel for transportation purposes, and it's also used in a number of heavily emitting industries like steelmaking and ammonia production. So by producing hydrogen that is referred to as green hydrogen, so hydrogen with a very low carbon footprint, so produced by a technology like ours called water electrolysis, you can greatly reduce the carbon intensity of some very large industrial emitters.